Hi everybody, it's been a little while since we've done any work on the layout with the summer and everything like that, but I'm going to show you how to use a Martin Welberg mat again. And as you can see from in front of you there, there's some rocks already cemented into place and just a random dollop of excess plaster that I've just let it roll and run into the gaps and stuff like that. So the next thing to do is to paste the Martin Welberg mat into position, and this can take a little while, but we'll see how we go. So I'm using plenty of PVA glue. Don't be scared. You can never use, really can't use too much in this case. It just takes longer to dry. So in this instance we're using the Martin Welberg Wild Verge mats. Quite like these. They've got some long tufty bits as well as the shorter bits, and again, it's like I say, it's just a question of push them into place, push it down where you've got your glues, and it'll fold round the rocks quite easily. And patience is the name of the game with this stuff. It's, you know, take your time. Don't think it can be done in 2 minutes. Okay, so while we're waiting that to dry, as you can see, I've put plenty of weights on it. It's going off nicely. I've also installed a little power station and put the yard in around there, giving me something to do while we're waiting. And I've prepped the next piece of track just along here, and I've cut a piece of mat that's going to fit in this gap here, and I'm going to butt it up and leave that. Then I'll definitely leave everything to dry properly. And I've already PVA glued this section ready to accept the piece of mat that I've trimmed off. Cut it wider than it needs to be, obviously, so you can trim it down to fit later, and just slide it into place, butt it up to the piece that's next to it, just slide it in nicely. Don't worry about any little bits of glue that show, it's more about getting the joint right. The glue will dry clear, and you can add anything where the joint is not quite perfect. Of course, there'll be another couple of weeds going there. When it comes to trimming this mat, or any of your mats to be fair, make sure you're using a nice new scalpel blade. The sharper, the safer, the better. The tidier the job will be. That's gone down really nicely, so I'm going to go and have a cup of coffee, and I'll come back to this tomorrow. Well guys, it's the next day now, and I've already been in and changed my scalpel blades twice, and I've trimmed this piece here already, and I'm really pleased with the way it's come up against the track and the way it's butted up against the first piece as well. So now we're going to trim this next piece down. We're going to go along the track side first, I think, and then cut around the rocks. What's left sticking up, we can stick it back down later. That's not a problem at all. Right, as you can probably see, there's a bit of rock, a bit of gap shown between the rocks and the grass mat, but I'm not going to worry about that too much. Like I say, I can trim and fill that bit, and we'll show you that in the next stage of the video. Okay, right, I've cut some little strips out to go in where the gaps are, where I'm really not happy, but like I say, I'm not panicking. It's very easy to correct these little errors. and I've cut some strips approximately the width of the gaps, and then we're just gluing those in, and then we shall put the strips in, and you'll see the difference it makes just by doing this. So and there you have it, folks. That's that bit finished. The next time we'll be coming to this piece, we'll be adding a bit more depth of layering and weeds. So any little bits of white that you can see, I'm going to try and disguise. I'm going to put a few shrubs in, and of course, I'm going to have to put some trees into this corner. But overall, the effect's certainly starting to come along nicely. Right, folks, everything's settled down and it's dried nicely. I've vacuumed it all up a bit. There's one or two places that you can see from the camera angle that I couldn't see from this side, where there's bits of white showing and bits of the undercover showing from the mat. So I'm going to now hide those using a bit of Martin Welberg's sort of flowery weeds, and this one is the orange one. It's the very short one I'm using, obviously being an N-gauge, and one or two of the other weed packs as well, which I'll show you as we go. These are simplicity themselves to use. We just take them out of the packet and apply glue wherever we want them to go. It is that simple. So got, as you can see, there's white showing here, and a bit of something there, and a bit of something there, and a bit of something over there. So all of this mat isn't just in pure white. In orange. It's obviously, there's green tufts and weeds in it as well. So I'm literally going to just tear it off the sheet, which is difficult to show you, but trust me, I'm just ripping this off the sheet as I need it, and then I'm just going to stick it down wherever there was a bit of white showing. There's the first tree planted. So let's think where we want another one now, because you don't want single trees, particularly in most layouts. You need a good selection of trees, varying in heights and positions, and of course types of trees. They're not all going to be the same wherever you look. So it's, again, drill a little hole. Get the tree that you've selected, and I've been through the box of trees that I've got and decided a nice Scots pine would look quite good over here. And once you've found your hole, push him home. Looks like these trees have all set, and it's a good job really, because any minute now there's a couple of locomotives due, and you wouldn't want to be getting in their way.